Alrighty, everyone. Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. I'm sorry for not doing the toughest nails. The toughest nails review earlier, but we're doing it today. And sorry for not doing a Big Brother the latest episode recap. Well, I'm doing it tomorrow. I'm doing three. I'm going to be recapping 3 episodes tomorrow night, hopefully. um, yeah. Also, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stick to the schedule. So, well, we'll move on. Also, my phone is being an absolute jerk right now, and it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing right now. And it has look, my Wi-Fi is absolutely terrible. For my phone, my phone hates the Wi-Fi. It's never worked ever, and that's exactly why it hasn't. I couldn't post for a while, and it's absolutely shitty. Mm-hmm. It's really shit, and I'm done with it. Ugh. I want to film a music video, and I only film music videos with my phone here. Oh, got connected. I have to wait a long time for this to load. For this to load up. Honest. It is absolutely horrendous. It is absolutely. It was absolutely just horrible. Anyways, hopefully, we'll see about that. See what happens on that regard. But we're doing a toughest nails thing today, so we're going to be getting to that today. And, yeah. Wi-Fi better shut off. Anyways, let's talk toughest nails. So it was a good season. I really actually do like the toughest nails aspect. I like the how where the building thing it was an interesting thing. So I'm gonna go. Let's go through these episodes one by one, and we'll talk about everything that went down in the season. So the first episode, you know what? Maybe I'll go live on Instagram. Actually, I'm gonna go out live on Instagram because it is Thursday. It's an Instagram live day, and you know what? Let's go live on Instagram. Streaming on YouTube is also. I am also streaming on YouTube. Here we go. Welcome, Instagram viewers. Anyway, so we're talking toughest nails today. Let's do this. So episode 1 is called Redefining Toughness, and there was no elimination in this. It was like a 2-hour episode. So the first part was literally just figuring out who would be the leaders of the teams. That would be, and who would get to pick their team and stuff like that. So Danny won the first challenge, so he got to pick a team, and then Lewis got to won the next challenge, so he got to pick a team. So yeah, and then we actually get to the actual elimination portion, which is the second part of the 2-hour premiere, and it's called Get the Job Done. So in the team challenge, the teams had had to move sections of steel rail to a marked area, secure with rail joints and railway spikes, and pull a train caboose down the completed track to the finish line. The first team to cross the finish line would win the challenge. So the winners of that challenge were Savage Crew. So, and then we have the individual challenges. Contestants shovel the equivalent of 3 times their body weight of coal into a basket. The last to finish from each of the 2 heats would be forced to compete in the overtime elimination challenge. So the bottom 2 people in the overtime challenge was Young and Lynette. So here's what happened. So contestants raced by hand car down a stretch of track to collect 3 tools they used in the team challenge. Each tool was tied down with rope or chains, which had to be untied before it could be retrieved. The first contestant to rack all of their tools at the starting line would be saved, and the other would be eliminated from the individual competition. So the first person to punch out was Lynette. Yep. Moving on, episode 3. It's called Heavy Metal. In the team challenge, teams were given a junked sedan and a selection of tools and given the task of chopping up the vehicle as quickly as possible. The first team to successfully fit the pieces of their car into the provided container would win the challenge. And Dirty Hands won that challenge. So in the individual competition, contestants were tasked with retrieving an alternator from any vehicle in the junkyard. The first to successfully remove an alternator and return with the part would retrieve an advantage in the individual challenge. The last 2 to finish would be forced to compete in overtime. And the people so Murph won the challenge, and the bottom 2 were Young and Melissa. In the overtime challenge, contestants had to remove the tires from 3 vehicle rims using a selection of tools. The first contestant to remove all 3 tires would be safe, and the other would be eliminated from the individual competition. So Melissa was eliminated, which I was sad about Melissa, honestly. I did actually like Melissa as a character. So, yeah, that wasn't that fun for me. And the next episode is called Release the Bull. In the team challenge, teams had to construct part of a large fence by installing posts at a gate and securing the perimeter by barbed wire. The first team to get their fence completed properly would win the challenge. And Dirty Hands won that challenge. In the individual competition, contestants were paired up into teams of 2 and tasked with connecting 8 sections of pipe and to create a working field and irrigation system. As the winner of the last individual challenge, Murph earned the power to assign each of the teams. The power to each of the teams. The last team to successfully get their irrigation system working would be forced to face each other in the overtime challenge. The pairs selected around the challenge were Murph and Danny, Miles and Tara, Callie Young, Michelle and Lee, and Lewis and Linda. And the winner of the challenge, Murph and Danny. And the bottom two to compete in overtime were and move the hay bales weighing half their body weight and stack them high enough to reach a bell attached to the rafters of the barn. The first contestant to ring their bell would be safe, and the other would be eliminated from the individual competition. And the loser of the challenge, who was eliminated and who punched out, would leave. So, and then next episode is called Mind Over Matter. In the team challenge, teams were instructed to grab 3 tons of gravel and sand, which they had to collect from various locations around a sand quarry. Each material had to be packed in a specific way. One ton of pea gravel needed to be put into a big super sack. 1 ton of rock gravel had to be into plastic bags, and 1 ton of sand had to be poured into large bags and tied off. The first team to pack the correct amount of each material would be declared the winners of the challenge. So, and Dirty Tens won that. In the individual competition, contestants were each given a slab of concrete and a sledgehammer, and were tasked with breaking pieces small enough to fit through a designated opening. In order to complete the challenge, they had to get all of their concrete through the opening into their dumpster and clean their job site. The first to complete the challenge would have an advantage in the next individual challenge. Winners. The winner was Danny. And then the bottom two were Young and Tara. In the overtime challenge, contestants had to cross a balance beam and with buckets of sand to replenish the sand pouring out of their a large funnel on the other side. The contestants whose hourglass ran out first was eliminated, and Tara was eliminated. The next episode is called Game of Telephone. Each team was tasked with retrieving 18 colored and number barrel 18 colored and number barrels, which had to load into a truck and trailer according to a provided diagram. The first team to load all their barrels in the correct order would be declared the winner. Oh, shoot. Sorry, Instagram. Let's see if this YouTube thing's so. Anyways, so Dirty Hands won that challenge. In the individual competition, contestants had to complete a line work or training exercise by scaling an electrical pole and securing a dummy and lowering it to the ground. Players competed in 2 heats, which were selected by Danny as his reward for winning the previous individual competition. The last one in each heat to completely the challenge would be sent to overtime. And Danny and Murph were the winners, and Lewis and Michelle were going to do overtime. And in the overtime challenge, each contestant was given a section of house framing with light bulb and electrical outlet at either end, along with the materials for installing electrical conduit. The last contestant to install their conduit thread their wire through to the outlet and turn on their light would be eliminated from the individual competition. And Lewis was eliminated. And yeah, I don't really care about Lewis in this in Tough Snails. Honestly, I didn't really care for him. Next up was Trash. Next episode was called Trash Day. Each team was tasked with packing a garage full of furniture into a moving van. The first team to fit all their items and close the trailer would be declared the winner. And the winners of that challenge were Savage. So individual challenge contestants were required to race a garbage truck down a suburban road, picking up trash bags along the way. Each bag successfully tossed into the back of the truck scored a point. The contestants with the most points would earn an advantage in the next individual challenge. The two lowest scoring contestants would be forced to compete in overtime. And the winner of the challenge was Murph. The bottom two were Miles and Michelle. In overtime, each contestant was given a set of brick pavers and were tasked with correctly fitting the bricks into a designated arrangement. The last to finish would be eliminated from the individual competition. And unfortunately, I really liked. Hi Meadow. and the last person to finish was Michelle. And unfortunately for me, I really liked Michelle. Actually, I thought she was going to be eliminated first. In all honesty, I thought she was going to be the first out, but no, she actually got sixth out of 12 people. So it wasn't even top half, but it was still good. So yeah. So in episode 8, it's called Trust Your Gear. Teams were given a set of forest and fighting tools and tasked with clearing out a 60 times 6 feet each section of brush to create a fire break. Once they were finished, a judge would check their work. The first team to have their work approved by the judge would be the winner. And Savage Crew won the challenge. So, Savage Crew won the challenge. Contestants in the individual competition. Contestants participated in a simulated firefighter rescue, which tasked them with retrieving a dummy through a set of obstacles. The contestants with the two slowest times would be forced to compete in the overtime challenge. As the winner of the last individual competition, Murph got a time advantage, which would reduce his recorded time by 30 seconds. When the winner was Miles, and the two people to go into overtime were Murph and Young, even though Murph had the advantage, had a 30-second advantage. And for overtime, each contestant had to connect lengths of fire hose, and as they ascended a building to the roof and put out 2 fires back on the ground. Put out 2 fires back on the ground. Once the fires were out, they would then rappel down the side of the building to complete the course. The contestant with the slowest time would be eliminated from the individual competition. So, it was absolutely hilarious because Young was eliminated. Oh my goodness, I hated Young. I absolutely hated Young in this season, and I honestly, I thank goodness he went home here. One was terrible. He went home on the firefighting episode, which was his job. Also, I'm sorry. I'm just talking. I kind of forgot I'm streaming on 2 platforms here. Streaming on Instagram, streaming on YouTube. Next up is Cut It Up. In the team challenge, team competed each against each other, one-on-one in a race of 3 woodsman events: underhand chop, single buck sawing, and chainsaw. Each team would alternate choosing the competitors for each round, with the other team choosing the event. The winner of each challenge earned an axe for their team. Sorry, thinking of Survivor. It's not Survivor. The first team to 5 axes would be the winner, and Savage Crew won. And Savage Crew's win put the final team challenge tally at 4-4, triggering a tiebreaker to determine the overall winner. Because if you don't know, the team with the most challenge wins would receive, like, I don't know, $10,000 or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but it was pretty high. And then the tiebreaker, each team would to choose one member of their team to compete in the over woodsman events back to back. The first to finish would be the overall title for their team. Savage Crew chose Murph, and Dirty Hands chose Danny. And let's be honest, Dirty Hands won. By winning the tiebreaker, Dirty Hands won the team competition and the $60,000 prize. The $60,000 prize. And so that's what it was. All right, here we go. And the final episode, here we go. We have the final 5. And I kind of want to let's talk about these final these final people more in depth here. Because, why not? Why wouldn't we? Anyways, so in the first, now it's all down to the individual competition. So here we go. Individual challenge 1. Contestants were given 25 logs and tasked with chopping them small enough to fit through a specified opening. The last 2 contestants to chop and stack all their wood would be sent in to compete in the overtime challenge. And the bottom 2 of the challenge were Callie and Miles. In overtime, each contestant was given a set of chisels and a hammer and a set of tree cookies, and had to chisel out the center of the cookie in order to fit them all on 4-inch by 4-inch square peg. The last contestant to stack the 3 cookies onto their peg would be eliminated from the individual competition. And Callie was eliminated. Let's talk about Callie here. Callie was a fisherman. I actually did enjoy her as a player and as a I actually did enjoy her as a for reality television. I think it was pretty fun, actually. So I really did like her as a player. So but I knew she was never gonna go past from here. Anyways, so let's kind of go through these. So in the individual challenge, number 2, contestants race inside of a warehouse to correctly secure marked earth barrels and boxes onto wooden pallets and use a forklift to move the pallets into the designated shelf. Unlike previous challenges, the contestants with the slowest time would be instantly eliminated with the without an overtime round. And unfortunately, Linda was eliminated. And I loved Linda as a competitor. She actually won the last individual the previous individual challenge. I liked her as a character. She was a good police officer. She obviously changed her job. It said that after the final episode here. And now let's get to the final challenge. Contestants race through a series of obstacles based on previous challenges on the season, having to break walls to move bales of hay, untangle chains around ladders, secure a chain cargo net, and saw wooden steps in order to reach the Ford truck at the finish line. The first contestant to make it through all to the end would be declared the toughest nails champion. And the winner was Murph. Now, I loved Murph as a character. We'll talk about Murph in a moment here. As the winner of the the final challenge, Murph became the toughest nails champion, winning $200,000 individual prize and a Ford Super Duty truck. So now let's talk about the full season as a whole. I mean, let's talk about the last three characters, to be honest. So Miles got third place, which honestly I didn't really care for Miles in all honesty. And I didn't really and for Danny, I actually liked him for the first bit. Then he kind of got out. Then he was an interesting character. He wasn't my favorite of the whole season though. And same thing for Murph. I didn't really care for Murph at all, really. So here we go. Anyway, so let's go through the list here quickly. So Lynette got 12th, Melissa got 11th, Lee got 10th, Tara got 9th, Lewis got 8th, Michelle got 7th, Young got 6th, Callie got 5th, Linda got 4th, Miles got 3rd, Danny got 2nd, and Murph won the season. So Murph got first. But yeah, it was a pretty fun season. This took a while, to come to the YouTube channel. I know I promised it on YouTube for a while. And yeah. Anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of this live stream. Thank you so much for watching. Well, I'm going to end it here on Instagram. So thank you, Instagram. Bye-bye. So I was just going to end it on Instagram for a few minutes. I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna post it so everyone can watch it anyway. So I'm gonna post it to Instagram. And I'm actually liking Instagram actually. So I am going to probably be doing some. I want to do more music videos. It's actually really fun. I love doing it. I actually like them. I have music video ideas. Someone wants me to do WAP, so maybe that's gonna happen. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching this. Well, thank you for watching the live stream on YouTube. Thank you for coming. If you watch it anyway, I wasn't really paying attention to anything. So, and unfortunately, Instagram has stopped. See, this is. So did it work? I'm gonna see if it worked here. Is it working? Seems to be working. Seems to be working. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be the end of this episode. this video. I'm gonna post something quickly because then we can hit 450 posts. Once I hit 500 posts, I'm gonna post a music video. I have a music video idea for that, but it would probably go up from my phone. Like I can only music videos only work well on my phone because I can't, or like the iPad, but whatever. I don't really use the iPad anymore. But like on here, it used to work. I used to record videos all the time on here, but it only works for live streaming right now because I don't know what's happened. Like I don't know what happened. So, or maybe wouldn't it be funny if I did like one for 160 followers or something like that? I could do it for 140 or 150. I might just film it, Like I do have a good music video idea, but it wouldn't be like WAP. Like WAP would come eventually, but we will see about that. Also, I'd probably use the clean version because I'm not using all those bloody swear words. But yeah. Anyway, so sorry for Big Brother stuff coming. Big Brother stuff is going to be coming. I'm just going to post a story because I haven't posted. My plan is to try and post stories every single day on Instagram, even if it's just like a picture of myself. It still counts as a story. So, anyway, guys, that's the end of this live stream. Thank you for watching. I'm going to end it here. I've been rambling on for too long. I swear. Oh, I did spell it. Shoot. All right. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Yeah.